Hey there.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Today, I was interviewed.
Take your time. What happened today?
Today, I was interviewed by NHK.
Wow, that's amazing. What was the interview about?
うまくいったと思うって英語になんて言うの？
I think it went well.
Could you repeat again?
Sure. I think it went well.
I think it goes well.
Almost. The correct phrase is, I think it went well. Since you're talking about something that already happened, you need to use the past tense went instead of goes.
I think it went well. And
Perfect. That's exactly right. Nice job.
And if in a year, maybe I テレビに出演するかもって英語になんて言うの？
I might be on TV.
In a year, I might on TV.
Just to clarify, do you mean DB as in a company, a database, or something else?
I might on TV.
Almost. The correct way to say it is, I might be on TV. You need be after might to make the sentence grammatically correct.
I might be on TV in a year.
That's perfect. Nice job.
Yes. I have 私が運営してる団体って英語になんて言うの？
私が運営している団体は英語で The organization I run, the group I manage と言えます。例えば、I was interviewed about the organization I run. 私が運営している団体についてインタビューを受けました。
The organization I manage will grow up if I might be on TV.
You're close. Here's the correct way to say it. The organization I manage will grow if I'm on TV. A few corrections. Grow up is usually used for people, like children growing up. For organizations, just say grow. Might be isn't needed here because will already expresses a future possibility. If you want to keep might, you can say, the organization I manage might grow if I'm on TV.
The organization I manage might grow if I will be on TV.
Almost. The correct way to say it is, the organization I manage might grow if I'm on TV. A couple of fixes. If I will be is incorrect in this case. In conditional sentences, we usually use the present tense after if. So if I'm on TV is correct. Might already shows possibility, so you don't need will. Great effort. Keep going.
The organization I manage would grow if I would be on TV.
Almost. The correct sentence is, the organization I manage would grow if I were on TV. Here's why. In conditional sentences, would is used in the main clause, but the if clause should use were, not would be. If I were on TV is the correct hypothetical structure. Keep it up. You're improving a lot.
If I were on TV, the organization I manage would grow.
Perfect. That's exactly right. Well done.
That's very good news for me. That's very good news for me. Hi there.
Hey, how's your day going?
喜ばしいことだって英語でなんて言うの？
喜ばしいことだは英語で It's a delightful thing や It's a joyous thing などと言えます。もっと自然に言うなら That's wonderful. That's great news. That's something to be happy about. 文脈によって使い分けてみてね。
That's great news for me.
It sounds like you want to say that the news is old or that you found out about it late. A more natural way to say this would be, That's old news for me. If the news is not new anymore, I heard that late. If you found out about it later than others, that's news to me. If you just found out about it now and are surprised, let me know what exactly you mean and I can refine it more.
So, do you have any question for me?
Yeah. How did the NHK interview go? Did they tell you when it might air?
What is the meaning of your question?
I'm asking how your NHK interview went, whether you felt it was a good experience. Also, I'm curious if they told you when your appearance might be broadcast on TV.
Yeah, it went well, and I might be on TV.
That's amazing. Congrats. Do you know when it might be aired, or is it still undecided?
I don't understand.
Take your time. Are you trying to remember the date, or is it still undecided?
No, I don't understand your question.
No problem. I was asking if you know when your interview will be on TV, or if NHK hasn't decided yet.
Yes, because the 番組がまだ始まってないって英語でなんて言うの？
番組がまだ始まっていないは英語で The show hasn't started yet と言えます。もし新しい番組がまだ放送開始していないという意味なら The show hasn't aired yet や Program hasn't launched yet も使えます。
I cannot get it. So could you repeat the phrase again?
Of course, the phrase is The show hasn't started yet. Let me know if you want me to explain it further.
The show hasn't started yet.
Perfect. You got it.
And tomorrow I have a meeting of SNS strategy, and I hope it goes well.
That sounds great. A more natural way to say it would be, Tomorrow I have a meeting about our SNS strategy and I hope it goes well. Are you leading the meeting or just participating?
Leading the meeting.
Do you mean lead the meeting? If you are in charge, you can say, I will lead the meeting. If you mean something else, let me know.
I will lead the meeting because I am in charge of SNS strategy.
Almost. The correct way to say it is, I will lead the meeting because I am in charge of the SNS strategy. Lead the meeting is the correct phrase instead of read the meeting. SNS strategy sounds good, but in English, people usually say social media strategy. So a more natural version could be, I will lead the meeting because I am in charge of the social media strategy. Good luck with your meeting.
I will lead the meeting because I am in charge of social media strategy.
Perfect. That sounds natural and professional. You've got this.
I hope the meeting will goes well.
That's great. A slightly more natural way to say it is, I hope the meeting goes well. Since hope is about the future, you don't need will here, but your sentence is still understandable. You've got this.
I hope the meeting goes well.
Perfect. That sounds natural. Good luck with your meeting.
Thank you so much. By the way,
You're very welcome. I'm always here to help. Hope your meeting goes great tomorrow.
what do you think about the voting action flow?
Voting is one of the most powerful ways to shape society. It gives people a voice in decision-making and holds leaders accountable. Even if one vote might seem small, collectively votes can create significant change. Are you asking because there's an election coming up, or just curious about the concept?
Why do people vote? What do you think about that?
People vote for different reasons, but at the core, it's about having a say in how their society is run. Some vote because they want to support policies they believe in, while others do it to prevent leaders they dislike from gaining power. Some see it as a duty, while others see it as an opportunity to create change. I think voting is a responsibility as much as a right. Even if a single vote might not seem like it changes much, collectively, voting shapes the future. What about you? What do you think about it?
I totally agree with you. And as to your opinion, I think anger is the most important things when people goes voting.
That's an interesting perspective. Anger can definitely be a strong motivator for voting. When people feel frustrated with the system, unfair policies, or corrupt leaders, they're more likely to take action. It's a kind of emotional push that drives change. But I wonder, do you think anger alone is enough? Or do people also need hope or a clear vision of what they want to achieve?
I cannot get your answer. So could you rephrase the question?
Of course. I was asking, do you think anger alone is enough to make people vote? Or do they also need hope or a clear goal for what they want to change?
Yeah. Both sides is needed, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Both anger and hope play a role. Anger pushes people to take action, and hope gives them a reason to believe change is possible. It's like a balance. If people only feel anger, they might just complain without direction. But if they have both frustration and a vision for the future, they're more likely to vote with purpose. Did you have a specific election or situation in mind when you brought this up?
投票所って英語になんて言うの？ボーティングプレイス？
Almost. The correct term is polling place or polling station. For example, I went to the polling place to vote. There was a long line at the polling station. Voting place isn't commonly used, but people would still understand what you mean.
Polling. How to spell polling?
It's spelled Polling. 問題が発生しています。お話の内容を理解できませんでした。
理不尽って英語でなんて言うの？
理不尽は英語で unreasonable, unfair, irrational, または unjust など表現できます。例えば、his decision was completely unreasonable. 彼の決定は完全に理不尽だった。It's unfair that I have to do all the work. 私が全部の仕事をしないといけないのは理不尽だ。The rule feels irrational. そのルールは理不尽に感じる。This treatment is unjust. この扱いは不当だ。文脈によって使い分けてね。
I think unreasonable policy will make anger, and the anger will make energy to go to polling space.
You're close. A more natural way to say it would be, I think an unreasonable policy will create anger, and that anger will give people the energy to go to the polling place. Here are some small fixes. Unreasonable policy and unreasonable policy needs an before a singular noun. Will make anger, will create anger. Sounds more natural. Polling space, polling place. Correct term for a voting location. Your idea is clear, though. Keep going.
Unreasonable policies will make people get anger, and the anger...
You're close. A more natural way to say it would be, unreasonable statements will make people angry. Or unreasonable voices will make people feel angry. Here's why. Voices can work, but statements or opinions might sound more natural, depending on the context. Make people get angry sounds a bit unnatural. Just make people angry is better. Let me know if you want to refine it further.
Unreasonable statement will make people angry.
Almost perfect. The correct sentence is, an unreasonable statement will make people angry. You need an because statement is singular. If you're talking about multiple statements, you can say, unreasonable statements will make people angry. Nice work. Keep it up.
And the angry will give power to go to polling place.
You're very close. The correct way to say it is, and that anger will give people the power to go to the polling place. Here's why. The angry is incorrect. Angry is an adjective, so you need to say that anger, using anger as a noun. Give power is okay, but give people the power sounds more natural. Great effort. You're improving a lot.
The anger gives the people power to go to polling place.
You're very close. The correct sentence is, the anger gives people the power to go to the polling place. Here's what needed fixing. The people. You don't need the unless you're talking about a specific group. Polling place. I think you meant polling place, which is where people vote. Your sentence structure is improving. Keep going.
The anger gives people power to go to polling place.
Almost. But I think you meant anger instead of angle. The correct sentence is, anger gives people the power to go to the polling place. Fixes: angle, anger. Angle is about shapes. Anger is about emotions. Polling place. You got this part right. The power. Adding the makes it sound more natural. You're doing great. Keep it up.
The anger will give people the power of going polling place.
You're close, but you need to fix a few things. The correct sentence is, anger will give people the power to go to the polling place. Fixes: the angle, anger. Angle equals shape, anger equals strong emotion. The power of going, the power to go. This is the natural way to phrase it. Going the polling place. Go to the polling place. You need to before the polling place. You're getting better. Keep practicing.
Anger will give people the power to go to polling place.
It looks like you meant anger instead of angag. The correct sentence is, anger will give people the power to go to the polling place. You're really close. Just be careful with spelling. Keep going.
Thank you. What do you think my opinion?
You're welcome. I think your opinion is really interesting and has a lot of truth to it. Anger can be a powerful motivator for political action, including voting. When people feel that something is unfair or unreasonable, they're more likely to take action to change it. At the same time, I think emotions like hope and determination also play a role. If people are only angry but don't see a way to create change, they might just give up instead of voting. But if anger is combined with a sense of purpose, it can be a strong driving force. I like how you're thinking deeply about this. What made you come to this conclusion?
Opposite opinion.
反対意見は英語で opposing opinion, counter argument, または contrary opinion と言えます。例えば、I respect opposing opinions. Something that's like 他人を尊重します and his counter argument was strong. 彼の反論は強力だった。She presented a contrary opinion. 彼女は反対の意見を述べた。文脈に応じて使い分けてみてね。
Could you give me counter opinion?
It looks like you meant counter opinion or a counter argument. If you're asking for an opposing viewpoint to your idea, here's one. While anger can be a strong motivator for voting, some might argue that it isn't always the best driving force. Anger can lead to impulsive decisions, emotional voting, or even voter apathy if people feel too frustrated to believe in change. Instead, some believe that hope, logic, or a sense of civic duty are more effective in encouraging long-term political engagement. What do you think about that perspective?
I cannot catch that. Could you speak more slowly again?
Of course. Here's a simpler version. Some people might say that anger is not the best reason to vote. Anger can make people act too quickly or without thinking deeply. Sometimes, if people are too angry, they give up and don't vote at all. Instead, some people believe that hope, logic, or responsibility are better reasons to vote. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
That makes sense. A mix of emotions and logic is probably the best way to make a smart decision when voting. Do you usually feel more motivated by frustration or by hope when it comes to politics?
I think a combination of anger and hope is very powerful to make people go to the polling place.
You're really close. The correct way to say it is, I think a combination of anger and hope is very powerful in making people go to the polling place. Fixes: falling place, polling place to refer to where people vote. A combination of needs a before combination. To make people go in making people go sounds more natural in this context. Your idea is great, and your English is improving a lot. Keep it up.
Thank you. So, I am sleepy now, so we should wrap it up today, and see you tomorrow.
You're welcome. A more natural way to say it would be, I'm sleepy now, so let's wrap it up for today.
So,
See you tomorrow. Sleep well, and talk to you tomorrow.